Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown, along with Ryan Graham,
Hey,
Tim Thurber,
Hello.
and this is State of Atlanta.
what's David? What are you doing? You're throwing us all off
Nice.
I got to keep you on your toes, man.
with your giggles.
Well, welcome back, guys. Hope you had a good week. I definitely did.
Yeah, of course. They're all good,
Excellent
man.
week.
All of them.
Excellent. All right. Well, no small talk. Let's get into it. We got what we've been waiting on finding out about. We got a bowl game.
Woo!
Yep. Going bowling, heading down to Mobile, Alabama for the Lending Tree Bowl.
To face what we might call a rival at this point, right? A bowl rival?
Yeah. We after this game, we'll play 50% of our bowl games against Western Kentucky.
I mean, so that's 3, right? It's 3 times we played them?
Well, 3 times we played them overall, but
we
yeah.
will have played them. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
We played them once in the Dome, our very first year of Sunbelt, and that was the 0-12 year.
That was a dark year.
That was a dark year, very, very dark year. And then we played him in the bowl game, our second bowl game, Cure Bowl, that we won. So, yeah.
I think they're looking for payback on Twitter, at least so far. So
Good.
I have not perused the Hilltopper Twitter to know what they're talking about at all. I didn't know they actually got it over there. I didn't know if Twitter had moved into whatever. Is it Bowling Green or wherever?
Bowling Green's where they are. Yeah, that's where my parents live, actually. So, it's not a crappy town. It's a lot like Athens. It's like
they picked up and moved out of the bustling metropolis of Athens to head over to Bowling Green, Kentucky. I mean, I give them one credit for one thing. I want to be as close to bourbon distilleries as possible myself.
That is one plus, but then they also send pictures during their quote unquote rush hour, and it appears to be magnificent. They do appear to be the only people on the road anytime.
That's good. So Western Kentucky was in the Sun Belt. Like I said, we played that one game against them when we joined, and that was actually a team I was looking forward to, specifically because of my alcoholism and wanting to go to Kentucky every other year to taste some bourbon and go to a football game.
So now we keep just not playing them in Kentucky, and so it's like it defeats the whole purpose of you wanting to play them.
Exactly.
Have we ever played them in Kentucky? I mean, no.
We played them in basketball. We played them in basketball in Kentucky.
Oh yeah, okay.
I remember that game.
And that was when I think that was also a year that they were still in this. We were both in the Sun Belt together, and they were projected to be really good. And we beat the
smoked them,
not out of them. I mean, it was those games we went into being Georgia State fans, pessimistic about the game because we're pessimistic about every game we play. And we came out of there going, "Did the other team show up? Like, were they even there?
What happened?" Yeah.
Yeah. I remember at that game going, wow, my teams can actually win games. Like, that doesn't happen to me. My teams never win games in that fashion.
Yeah.
So that was exciting. But anyhow, so let's look at the bowl a little bit, and we can get into dogging on Kentucky's, Western Kentucky's football program. So Lending Tree Bowl in Mobile, in case you were wondering, because bowl games don't make any reference to where they actually are played anymore, unless you have the Montgomery Bowl, which is the only one. But you made us think that's like Montgomery Burns' bowl in Springfield, Illinois, or something.
Yeah. Turns out that's the second game in Montgomery that's played in the same stadium, right? No. I'm talking about.
No, you're correct.
Oh yeah. All right.
Camila Bowls also played in Montgomery in the same stadium, 4 days apart, whatever.
Mobile has 2 as well, then, right? Because that's what I was actually thinking about. I don't know. I thought Lad Peoples has 2 bowls.
I don't know, but Lad Peoples should have 0 bowls. Apparently, the stadium is absolutely garbage.
I'm with you.
So bad that a bottom dweller like South Alabama scraped together all their dusty pennies to build a new, Constructicon football stadium, and we're not playing in that newer facility. This was the first year of that facility. I guess there's probably some contracts with Lad Peoples to keep the bowl for something. But yeah, so we get to go down to a craptacular bowl in a craptacular city and play in an even craptacular stadium.
Are you guys going?
I'm 90% not going. I've been
about the same, maybe 99.
I've been given the thumbs up. I've been given the approval to go, but I just don't know with everything going on. And the day after Christmas, it's a little tough drag for anybody. So
Well, the day after Christmas is Christmas in my family, so I'm definitely not going to make it. But I'll be in Athens, and hopefully, it's up in the air right now. My dad and my stepmom will be there, and we can do like a house divided type thing. I don't know. They've been rooting for Western Kentucky a bunch, but they also rooted for Georgia State when Georgia State beat Western Kentucky in the bowl game. So,
oh, well, maybe they have that good luck going on their side, and they can
maybe.
It's so. As Georgia State fans, we've been, especially when it comes to football, we've been pretty much conditioned that we're just, potential's all there, but our history is just absolute garbage. But this is the third bowl game in 4 years, our fourth bowl game since being even eligible, I think, 6 or maybe 7 years ago. That's a pretty good stat. I know they have a lot more bowls now and everything, but outside of playing Western Kentucky, what do you think of being in this bowl game and what this means to the program to have it? Tim, go for it. Ryan was drinking.
Well, clearly we're spoiled, obviously, right? We're definitely spoiled. We're 3 bowl games, 4 years. There are teams in the Sun Belt that haven't been to as many bowl games that we've been to that have been in the Sun Belt much longer than us.
Monroe has not been to as many bowl games.
For sure, Monroe. Yeah. I think there's a couple others, though. Well, Coastal Carolina, this is their first bowl.
Is it really their first bowl game?
I think so. I think last year they got to 5. They almost got to 6. And then
they might not have, and the year before they were probably transitional. I mean,
right.
And we can rub that in their faces. We get 5 wins, make it to a bowl game. You get 5 wins, and what are you doing? You're staying at home in Conway, not Myrtle Beach. So, yes,
it's big for the program. No, it's big for the program. I mean, I guess the better thing for us is it's going to be nationally televised on ESPN instead of something called CBS Sports Network that not everyone gets right in their TV listings. I know I didn't get it one of the years we were there, but I was at the game, so it didn't matter.
Right.
But I couldn't DVR it because I didn't get the channel. So I think being on ESPN is great. I think we're only competing with one other game at the same time, and I think it's on ABC that day. So, I mean, there's 2 games on at the same time. That's it, right? Hopefully their game's a stinker and ours is exciting.
Oh, no, hopefully ours is not exciting. Hopefully ours is this game that you want to watch another game for because we're blowing them out so hard. I want it to look mismatched. We're a crappy Sun Belt program playing against a well-established Conference USA opponent. We should absolutely demolish them to make ourselves look better. Not the conference look better. I don't care about what the conference does. Make us look better.
They are on a 3-game winning streak, which I had looked up right when they announced it. So that's kind of, it shows that they're peaking towards the end of the season. So we are too. Should be a good battle.
A 3-game winning streak. That's like 60% of their wins.
Right.
Well, so Ryan, what do you think about this particular bowl compared to the other bowls that we have as options for Georgia for our Sun Belt team? The 2 Montgomery bowls, the Cure Bowl in Orlando, and whatever else we have.
Myrtle Beach Bowl.
New Orleans.
I mean, if I'm being totally honest, I don't think we've earned a bunch of the bowls that we've gone to. I think there's too many bowls, and that it's probably weird to me, given some of the seasons we've had that we've gone to so many of them. It's like we slipped and fell and like showed up at a bunch of bowls. But I don't care as long as we're playing more football. I'm excited. What are we gonna do? Like, what are we gonna do? Play like Ohio instead, or Miami of Ohio instead? It's fine.
Well, no, I guess the question I was really getting at was, as far as all the bowls go that Sun Belt is associated with, where does this one rank as far as desirability to play? Like, for me, I like this bowl because it's not New Orleans and it's not the Cure Bowl. I like the Cure Bowl. I like Orlando. Going to Florida is pretty much never a bad thing.
Right.
But we've been there twice. So it's kind of nice to get another that big, huge billboard, but behind the video board at Center Park Stadium, it just looks like a Cure Bowl ad at this point.
Yeah, that's true. It does.
Another one on there. So
win or lose, we're putting that logo up there.
Exactly. Attending, the attendance trophy for being there. So I'll answer the question that I was asking you and then let you answer it. I like the fact that we're playing this bowl. Out of the options we had, I would probably always pick Orlando as my top pick as far as a place for me to go.
Yeah.
But then out of what's left out of there, sure, the quote unquote Myrtle Beach Bowl is great. But Montgomery Bowls, I don't really care about going to Montgomery, Alabama. you guys know how I feel about New Orleans, and which I guess is supposed to be the prize for winning the Sun Belt. But
Is it though? I don't know.
I'll get into that later on. But yeah.
Yeah, so mine's all selfish, I mean, I guess yours was too, because you said Orlando is where you'd like to go to, but it's really just like, anything I can go to. So not Christmas, not Christmas Eve, or not the day after Christmas, because those are both Christmas days for me. Anything drivable is going to be higher up, but Orlando has been a fun trip every single time. I've had a blast there. I would love to do Myrtle Beach too, as long as it's not Christmas Day or day after Christmas. Any of those sound great. That's the thing, is I don't care. I just want to see us play more football. I want to see us win. That's all I care about.
How about you, Tim? What do you think about it?
I like the expanded bowls that we have, right? I think before we were locked into 4 or 5 bowls in total, and it was Montgomery, Mobile, New Orleans, Orlando. I'm missing one, but I don't remember what it is.
Weren't we like associated with that weird Bahama Bowl that's like associated with like 18 conferences, even though there's 10 or something?
I forgot the one we went to last year, whatever it was called.
The New Mexico Bowl?
New Mexico Bowl, yeah.
Arizona Bowl?
I think it was Arizona Bowl.
They're really the same state. Like, I actually know more differences about North Dakota and South Dakota than I know about New Mexico and Arizona. Like, if you were to give me a map, like they do in like 5th grade, and like name all the states on there, I could probably get almost all of them correct. And I will 50% of the time confuse Arizona and New Mexico. They're just like those other states between Texas and Nevada or California or whatever.
I think, the Boca Raton Bowl's kind of cool. You can fly down to South Florida, go to the beach. It should be still warm enough, maybe, at that point in time. The First Responder Bowl in Dallas, Texas. Like, Sunbelt did a good job getting some, more notable destination bowls for our tie-ins for the next couple of years.
And the Sun Belt is like that space that geographically between Texas and like the Carolinas. So your bowl games should be in the Sun Belt, right? Like, should be in that region. If you want to get, so this year is separate, but you typically want to get, it's all about fan attendance, and you want to be able to get as many of your fans to show up to a game so it looks good on TV, and you sell tickets for the money and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, considering the East-West divisions of the conference, having 3 bowl games in Bama, and then one in that S-hole of Louisiana, kind of makes a lot of sense. The majority of your bowl games.
That was like all you could do to edit yourself on that. It was like you wanted to say it, and you just, all your effort was required in just not saying it.
Every time I want to say something about New Orleans or that trash down south, I just think back to that very first episode we recorded, Ryan, about whether or not we wanted to curse. And I'm kind of like, maybe I'm just over that idea, and I really just need to say how I really feel. But I also think people are tired of hearing me bemoan about New Orleans. So
maybe.
Do we have anyone that's like slated for the Idaho Potato Bowl? Because, man, if we went there our blue on that blue turf, and just be like, whoa, can't watch.
Camouflage, man. You could just like, no one would see us. Also, the same thing is like Quad probably couldn't see any of our receivers either. He would see like a floating head and like some like hands out there, and
he doesn't see his receivers anyway. He just throws it where they're supposed to be and like crosses his fingers.
As a quarterback should. You should.
And so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he can't see his receivers. He's just throwing it anyway.
I don't know how the payouts are working this year, but I think last year the Dollar General Bowl, which is now the Lending Tree Bowl, was the highest paying bowl at $1.5 million. So
yeah, I think that
not a bad thing.
New Orleans Bowl, like, which is supposed to be like the top bowl for the Sun Belt Conference, is like $950,000. So we're getting a 33% raise in whoever goes to that crap bowl, and we know who's going there. So yeah, this is a win. It's a win. This is
who's going there? Wait, who's going there?
What college football team is more deserving to go to that asshole of a city of New Orleans?
Louisiana.
Oh
no.
App State. It's an app. They're forecasted in there. What
Myrtle
Beach?
Lafayette.
What college football team do I call the Saints of college football?
Oh, Southern.
Wait, who?
Georgia Southern.
They're going to. It's like they're going where they belong.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like a trip home. You
Yeah,
know?
where's Coastal going?
We don't know yet. It'll depend on the outcome of the Sun Belt Championship this week.
Ooh, all right, nice.
So, I mean, if they win and Cincinnati loses, you're probably looking at a New Year's Six.
Yeah, all right, good for them.
Goal for them. If Cincinnati wins, maybe we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Western Kentucky. We did a little bit already. We played them the one time, our 0-12 year. They beat us significantly, 44-28. But I'm like, we were an 0-12 team, and we still put up 28 points against Western Kentucky. That's not that horrible. And we played them in our only bowl win, Cure Bowl 2017. Beat them by 10 points. I'll take it.
That was a good game.
It was a great game.
Yeah. So, so Tim, you said that Twitter is kind of like they want to get a little revenge. Do you think they can? Have you taken a look at what this Western Kentucky team has done this season? Do you think they got a shot against us?
I mean, yeah, they do have a shot against us. I mean, even though they're 3 wins in a row at the end against FIU, Charlotte, and Southern Miss.
I'm gonna
use the last conference in the East in Conference USA.
Tim, I'm gonna interrupt you. I'm gonna interrupt you guys a little bit. I didn't do any research at all, not one bit, and we're gonna stomp them.
No research needed. We're gonna kill them.
Yeah, I don't need to research it, guys.
Yeah, for those of you that are listening to the podcast and not watching the YouTube of this, this is my shocked face that Ryan did no research whatsoever at all.
So the 3 wins are in the bottom half of Conference USA East and West. So I don't, that's what over 60% of their wins are on the bottom tier of Conference USA.
And they have a losing record overall for the season. They're 5-6 in the season.
That doesn't matter. It's 2020.
It's 2020. All right. Yeah. Well, they're 4-3 in conference. They got a winning record there. But yeah, you said, I mean, Conference USA is like the bottom dwellers of the Sun Belt to begin with. So it's not like that's that big of an accomplishment.
They weren't, but they got there.
They got there. They got where they want to be. But
yeah.
Yeah. Also, to rub more dirt into Coastal's face is Western Kentucky got 5 wins and a losing overall record and made it to a bowl game this year. And Coastal could not make a bowl game last year. So screw those guys.
This year's all kind of weird. It's so weird.
It's very, very weird. So Western Kentucky was good last year. I mean, they were better. They were 8-4. They beat Western Michigan in their bowl game, and Western Michigan beat the ever-loving snot out of us last year. So that's, recently kind of good win for them.
Injured Dan. That's all I'm calling it. If we had Dan Ellington, it would have been fine.
We did have Dan Ellington. That was game 3.
In that bowl game? Wait. I'm sorry.
No,
I thought you were talking about the bowl game.
No, we played Western Michigan in game 3 last year.
Okay.
And they beat us up pretty badly.
Yeah.
Wyoming. Yeah.
Western Kentucky goes on to play Western Michigan in that bowl game and was able to beat them 23-20. So they edged out a win in a bowl game that didn't matter whatsoever at all. But
I mean, it's always any given Saturday too. Who knows what they were doing when they played us versus what they were doing when they played Western Kentucky and all that. Like, the thing about football is you're not playing series, right? So like in baseball, you get to have like whoever wins the most out of 7. But in football, it's like one game. And if you would have won, 9 out of 10 of those games, but you played that one time that you were going to lose and you lose.
Yeah, we don't know. I didn't look at it at all. I did my best Ryan impersonation. I did not look at where Western Michigan was at the end of the season last year, or where Western Kentucky. What are they at? Western Kentucky, yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah, where they were in the season about injured players or anything like that. I've got no idea.
Because no one ever looks back at that. Because that's what I keep trying to tell you guys. It's all about the W and the L. Nobody cares about who was injured or anything like that. You just got to get that W.
And it's last year. I mean,
no, nobody cares.
Right.
I care a lot because we got.
You didn't even look it up. You don't care.
No, what I care about is we beat Tennessee. We barely beat. Who was it?
Furman.
We come behind to beat Furman, and we're still feeling pretty good about ourselves. Then we get curb stomped by Western Michigan, and then we lose to my boys at Texas State. and that really just frustrated me.
Is that game on you technically because you love them so much?
Well, I invited.
I like Tim answered his own question as he was asking it by nodding.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Awesome. That was awesome.
well, so I have this Texas State buddy that I met through Georgia State tailgate, and I invited him to watch the game with us several years ago. Like we were playing out in San Marcos. I texted him and I'm like, "Hey man, you want to come over and watch this game with me?" And I was like, not trying to start any kind of crap or whatever. Just come over, we'll watch the game together. We don't hang out very often. And he's like, "I'd love to, but I'm out of town," or he had some excuse, whatever. And that was the game where we beat the crap out of Texas State. It was 40 something to like 7 or maybe 6 or something like that, whatever. So I texted him again last year. I'm like, "Hey, you want to come over and watch the game, whatever?" And I think, unfortunately, sadly enough, I think his wife's father had just died. It's like, I got funeral arrangements, I got stuff like that. I can't make it. So very sad for that. But on the inside, I'm kind of like, awesome. He can't make it. We kick their ass again. And yeah, that didn't happen. Wasn't there like 3 overtimes in that game?
Yeah, I think so. That was one of our crazy overtime games we played.
Well, anyways, whatever. We'll move on from that. So how big of a surprise was Western Kentucky as an opponent? Because all the projections we talked about, there was like Ball State and UAB,
Marshall,
North Texas, Marshall, even Memphis, and we saw like the Virginia Tech was like one site had in the Gator Bowl or
Gator
whatever.
Bowl. Yeah,
I want whatever that site is on.
I want to be in that Gator Bowl against Virginia Tech. I've been to the Gator Bowl while Virginia Tech played a game, and I saw them lost, so it's in my favor. But hey, we got John's on board. He says the Panthers eat the Hilltoppers.
whatever the hell a Hilltopper is, we eat them.
It's those people that top the. I don't know. It's people that live at the top of hills, right? But is Bowling Green
from Bugs Bunny is what it is? I'm pretty sure.
Is Bowling Green even? Is Western Kentucky even in like the hills of the Appalachians? Because I feel like I'm from Tennessee, and like,
there's one hill, and it's where the college is.
Right, and they topped it.
And they topped it, and so they're the Hilltoppers because there's one hill in the city, and they top it.
And then we're going to eat them, according to John Reber.
And Panthers eat them, yes.
Yeah. So Zach says that Marshall would have been a good opponent for us. I think that the Marshall stuff was kind of held out to be a coastal opponent. Like they wanted to get like the top of the Conference USA to play the top of the Sun Belt as a matchup, which may happen still.
That'd be good.
I would have hoping for UAB or like FAU if we're pulling from Conference USA.
A UAB game in Alabama would have been a great game, in my opinion. Marshall would be a great opponent. If we could have pulled off a win against them, that's another sign of showing the progress of the program. But Marshall's pretty good this year, and that would be a game that I would be more scared about. But I still take it in a heartbeat over the Hilltoppers.
I like the consistency. So that we've played them now like 3 times, only 1 time in conference. I think it actually helps us build like a relationship with them, whether you call it a rivalry or not. Like it's building towards something like that. It's kind of giving us the opportunity to have something like that, and I'm not mad about it. I like it.
Would you want to get Western Kentucky on a regular rotation, like every 4 years or something, or every 2 or 3 years?
I'll tell you on the 27th.
I like it because it's drivable. I guess it's not too crazy, right? I mean,
yeah, it's not that bad. It's Nashville plus like 45 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a fan of going as close to bourbon distilleries as possible. So I'm okay playing.
You can even go hang out in like Nashville and just like Nashville's an awesome city. Spend the weekend there and go 45 minutes north.
I would actually probably drive through Bowling Green and go to Louisville and stay in Louisville and hit up everything that way, and then come back down for the game, most likely. But
still, it's not the worst destination. Like there's I don't know. I'm not sad about it. I'm kind of excited to see. I want to win. If we do win, I want to continue. And keep this up.
I agree. And as Matt's saying here, just glad we're finally in an ESPN bowl. That's I didn't actually realize I just don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. So this is great. But yeah, you're right. We're going to be on ESPN. Only one other opponent or game at the same time. That's good marketing for the program. I think a lot of people that are sports fans in general already know about Georgia State because of the basketball success, the Tennessee success last year. So yeah, it's good to get more eyes on us. People may want to tune in and see what the Georgia State Eagles are doing.
I haven't even I think there's only one bowl game I haven't been to. And so it just has not crossed my mind to have to figure out what channel I'm watching the bowl game on.
That's probably the same thing. I've only been to the one game, but and I had to not watch the Western Kentucky game because I was out in Tennessee, and then the Wyoming game we were at the watch party, and I don't even remember what channel it was on. As long as
probably CBS Sports Network again.
Yeah. So I by the way, before anybody quotes me out of context, I said the Georgia State Eagles just to make a joke about how ESPN always gets the mascots wrong. I was not misunderstanding our program. Just no one bought into my hilarious joke.
I laughed. I just glossed over it because I figured it was a joke. It's fine. You're good. You're funny. You're funny, David.
I'm a funny guy. I try.
We should take a moment to thank our unofficial, non-official partners at Wild Leap for an excellent Partners in Crema coffee stout with cocoa and coconut.
What's happening right now? Are we doing a commercial?
I'm getting paid.
Tim, how much did they pay you?
0. I'm hoping they pay us someday. I'm hoping some brewery watches.
Put that money back into the program here, there, Tim.
He doesn't even give it to the program. He just takes. All he does is take. He clearly just did an advertisement.
So I meant to look up. I did a lot of reading on Panther Talk, and by a lot of reading, I mean I just read the game thread. It sounds like Western Kentucky is pretty horrible this year. They're one of the worst offensive teams, which stands to which bodes well for Fuquay's resume to get around. If they're going up against a horrible offensive team, we should be able to stop them and do well.
David, you're costing us the game right now. I can't believe what you're coming out
of
your mouth. Just shut up.
Am I costing the game, or am I guaranteeing Fuquay getting fired? Because if we lose the ball game against the worst offensive team in all of FBS, then that's another reason to get rid of the guy, right?
Would you rather lose and fire Fuqua or win and not fire Fuqua?
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care? We win.
I want to win. What are you talking about?
I want to win the game. I want to win.
Tim knows. Tim gets it.
What kind of question is this?
I think we talked about it last week. I think that we're all on board that we know that whatever happens, Fuquay's coming back. So yeah, win the game. I want to win the game. Maybe we win the game in a shootout that kind of shows that there's some still problems there, but I don't know. Win the game.
I don't like that.
Win the game.
That wasn't my question, David. My question was if we lose and Fuqua gets fired, or we win and Fuqua stays.
Yeah,
I wasn't going realistic here. I was saying if those are your two options, which one would you take?
Win the game.
Win the game, of course. All right,
good
good
answer.
Good. I was worried about you for a minute.
No, always win the game. Always win the game.
I don't know, man. Tim was here. He heard it.
We were starting to debate this question. I'm like, there's no debate. It's one answer.
Always win the game. Always win the game.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and move past the bowl game. We'll see what happens next week. Watch it. Where are you guys watching the game?
From my house in Athens. I mean, from my grandpa's house.
Oh, wait. We have another week. Well, yeah, we're going to have somebody from Western Kentucky on. I haven't figured out who yet. We're going to have somebody from Western Kentucky on.
Don't make promises you can't keep. There's not very many people from Western Kentucky.
Not many with an internet connection that can do video. So, or have enough teeth to actually qualify to be on the show.
Oh
but
yeah, maybe they can write us their answers to our questions.
Oh, then we got to fucking. Then we have to be able to read their handwriting.
You did. All right. Good job.
Ooh.
Anyhow, yeah. So we'll talk more about this game next week. We're already 30 minutes in now. We'll talk more of this game next week with somebody from Western Kentucky. We have a few people lined up, possibly. So we'll see.
Are we all?
Are they drunk or am I drunk?
Are we all drunk? Because it feels like we're a little bit more toasty than normal, but I am.
I've been drinking for a minute, so so
All right.
taking a step back, looking at games last.
I will be
with your.
I'm gonna drink this fine beer from.
It's nice. This is a nice 10%er. Yeah.
All right.
Do you need to plug a website or anything, Tim, before you get your full cash out on whatever they offered you? Do I need
free beer?
Do I put a link in the description?
Referral equals Tim Turbo.
Yeah, go to wildleap.com/State of Atlanta to find a 404 not found page.
Quality brewery. That's all I gotta say, guys. It's really good. In La Grange, Georgia.
La Grange.
Right.
That's in the state of Georgia. Anyhow, so other Sunbelt games last week. Monroe canceled their game against Troy, thereby solidifying the fact that Monroe is winless this year. You know how that feels. That sucks. Who knows what's going to happen to that program? No love lost here for me. Don't even care what you guys think. Their coach is probably fired. I don't even know how long he's been there. If you guys want to pipe up and say something about Monroe, then just keep it quiet. The only other Sunbelt game that was last week was, I guess, a game that any kind of passionate Georgia State fan was keeping a side eye on the entire time, and that was App State at Georgia Southern.
I'm a passionate Georgia State fan, and I can tell you that I paid zero attention to that game.
Who won?
I literally have no idea. I was playing video games.
Fantastic.
I don't know what you want from me.
I was at Christmas lights with the family, so I did not get to watch majority of the game. I kind of came back at I think maybe the last quarter of the game, whatever.
F Georgia Southern.
Absolutely. Always, forever and always. So I'm kind of glad I did not watch this game because of the way it built up, but the payoff was great in the fourth quarter. Southern kind of took the lead early, kind of held it, and then it was just kind of a shootout there in the fourth quarter, but all on App State side for the most part. So Southern lost the game. Awesome.
a shootout all on one side. I love it. I love it. That's great.
It's kind of like
App State just scored a bunch of points. That's what you're saying.
Southern, they got a shot off, but merely a flesh wound type. It didn't really do anything. It didn't really do anything to change the outcome of the game.
Yeah.
So anyhow, Southern lost.
That's a really good metaphor for Georgia Southern. The Black Knight, from the Knights Who Say Knee, right? This is just a flesh wound. They're like getting their arms and cut off, and they're like, "It's fine, we'll come back." And you're like, "You can't. You don't have an offense. Like, what do you want? What are you trying to do?"
Southern loses that first game to Georgia State. They're like, "No, it's merely a flesh wound." Loses the next game to Georgia State. Oh no, it's just it's fine. Loses the third game in a row to Georgia State, and yeah.
I watched some of the game. I mean, it looked like Southern had control at 17-7 at the half, and then App just blew it wide open with 27 points, I think. And Southern only mustered 9 in the second half. So I mean, it was like tail two halves. Like, I was like, "Come on, App, you can't lose to them. You can't."
App State remembered they were better than Georgia Southern.
Right.
Yeah.
They knew that we won too, so I mean, they're like, "Oh, well, we have to win. We can't lose.
We got to handle business."
No, so that's always good. It's fun.
Well, did they fire anybody?
No, they didn't play us.
That's what I was wondering. If App State warrants a firing, or if it's just Georgia State.
No, because that's their only real rival. It's when you lose to a non-rival that you fire somebody.
What was that tweet you sent over earlier? It was something about us not being a rival, right?
Yeah, I was looking for something about the baseball team, and because I do my due diligence here.
Good research.
Yeah. I came across one of the big, very big and vocal Southern fans who said that the rivalry between Georgia State and Southern was manufactured by Georgia State when we started football, and that Georgia Southern already had their rival, and they don't really care about State at all. And a Georgia Southern fan comments on that. Yeah, they weren't a rival until we marched that North Paulson Stadium sign out of their field, and then it's been all Georgia State for the most part since then. And I agree. that is proof there are some Georgia Southern fans that actually do have an iota of intelligence. He actually recognizes that they're stupid and dumb.
He actually said stupid ass Paulson North Banner. So he was going against their own fan base. I love when the fan base lashes back at their own stupid fan base.
They're losers. Yeah.
Eats themselves alive.
So my kid will now start tickling me. And my response to her is, don't start none, won't be none. And I mean, I think it's fitting here, right? Don't start none, won't be none, Georgia Southern. Like, you didn't have to march that thing on the field, and
Yeah, we all went to that game knowing that we were going to get our asses handed.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I flew to a different continent to be away from that game the day it was happening. So we all knew that, and they want to go and rub it in our faces like that. We still
y'all were jackasses, and we figured it out. Don't worry about it.
And we still put up like 20 or 30 points against them. It's not. I mean, they put up 60. Sure, all right, you won the game. That's awesome. But you still couldn't stop our defense or our offense from actually putting up points.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's a different conversation for
It's okay. Also, again, we've got this. We
own the record against them. So that's what it's going to be.
So one of the best parts about the App State game with Southern was App State's players interacting with the Southern student section. They were all over them, like motioning, running over to them when they'd score a touchdown. I mean, they were going at it, which obviously, which I think, that's their fan base, right? That's what they want.
That's a legit rivalry. That's a solid, built on, some both respect and hate as a rivalry. So yeah, that's great. Good for App State. Go Mountaineers.
We do the same thing though when we're there. Our players will motion towards the Southern student section.
Well, a lot of
every time we score.
Yeah, a lot of these kids are recruited by both schools, and the ones that are from Georgia go to Southern. The ones that go to South Carolina come to Georgia State. So,
and it gets on. I mean, I like seeing a good rivalry because it starts getting chippy. Like you see the players on the field start pushing each other back down and talking. You can see them talking shit, which is awesome. I love it. I think it's great. I'm like, as long as nobody gets hurt, it's all fun and games. It's all good.
App definitely was into that. They were stomping on the eagle at the end of the game.
Good.
They put a plunger. They took a plunger and they put a plunger on the eagle. And now there's a App State fan base that's selling a State of Georgia sticker, and it's got a plunger.
Hey, why you got to bring us into this?
The plungers suckage is right there on where Statesboro is.
All right. Okay. All right.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah. I saw that it's pretty good. I think they sold out of their original order within 24 hours or something. Because those App State fans, they do hate themselves some Georgia Southern, which is why I have the utmost respect for App State fans. Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly.
So the only Sun Belt game coming up this week is the Sun Belt Championship.
What day is that?
It's on Saturday, and you actually may be the one running the Sun Belt Twitter account because I'm not sure if they know when the game is. They posted a countdown to the game time, and they were wrong by about 4 hours.
They were wrong.
They were wrong by about 4 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I've never shied away from talking about how little I care about the Sun Belt Conference as a whole, but this is kind of a cool thing. We've got two ranked teams playing each other.
Who is it? Coastal Carolina and who?
Lafayette. And depending on which ranking you want to look at, one's a top 10 team. So that's good.
You just mix them together. You pick the highest in each for each.
Well,
team.
what's really good is whoever wins would jump up even more theoretically, right? Because they're beating a ranked team, which is nice.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's so good. But here's a question for me though. So I personally have a hard time rooting for any team from that garbage state.
Yeah, Coastal. I'm rooting for Coastal.
Yeah. But then again, it's like I'm so jealous, and envious is not even a word. It's pure on jealousy of Coastal. Yeah. It's hard to root for them at all. So Ryan said who he's rooting for. Tim, who do you got in this game? Who do you want to win?
I don't really want to root for Coastal, but I'm going to root for Coastal. Although, what's his face we had on our podcast, he's getting a little too big for his britches.
They all are. That fan base has gotten crazy, haven't they? They've
I can't tell you enough about the shits they took in my fucking house. Oh, I'm so upset about it. I'm sorry. Sorry.
So I get it. Like, you're having the best year ever, but those guys are talking some smack as if they've been the top of the belt since they entered in. Like, I don't think I've heard as much smack talk coming from them as, or coming from like Southern or even App than you've heard what these coastal guys are getting. And with every win, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, these two teams have played already, and
the fall from grace will be hard. Is all I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's maintainable at our level. It sucks, but it's not. And so they're gonna have they're gonna have their good year. They may even do decent next year, but they're gonna have some down years. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, if they're able to keep their coach for next year, then for sure, I think you see them continue to be well.
You think they're gonna keep their coach?
I don't know. I saw something today that said that they think they're locking him up for 7 years, but that'd be more of their.
That'd be dumb of him.
Yeah.
What was his name? Hayden? Is that it?
I don't know.
7 years. 7 years.
7 years.
Crazy. That's crazy. He'll be
done.
done.
I'm sure it's BS, but I honestly don't know who I want to win this game. It's like I want Coastal to lose the game while no team from Louisiana wins a game. And I'm not talking about a tie or whatever. I don't know.
I'll straight up root for Coastal. That's fine. I'm good. I'm super jealous. Again, I want to be them. I'm super sad that we are not enjoying the successes that they are. But
see, that's the difference between you and me, Ryan.
Lafayette can eat it.
No. So that's where you and I are different, Ryan. You want to be them. I don't want them to be them. I want to be better than them. I want them to suck and us to be the best team that we can be. So I'll watch that game. I guess what I'm saying is I'll watch that game, and no matter who wins, I'll be like, we should have been better this year.
David, really though, Lafayette.
I'm not rooting for him.
I know you can't. It's just weird to hear you're the voice on this podcast who's like not just being like F Lafayette.
I'm not rooting for Coastal either.
So you're rooting for Lightning Storm.
Hey Ryan, as a libertarian, you should be like well versed in this. You're going into a battle, and the person you want to win is not even feasible whatsoever at all.
Oh, not even in this runoff situation, not even in the game, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Great for Coastal. I want us to be better than them. I don't care overall. I just want us to be better than they are. The end.
Yes. Are you guys gonna watch the game? Are you guys gonna...
Not this year, apparently.
I don't know. If it's on a good channel, I might watch it. I probably won't watch it.
It's on ESPN, right? It's on.
I'll probably play video games. I'm not gonna lie.
I think they moved.
Play video games.
I think they moved the game time so that it would be on ESPN proper 3:30.
Maybe I'll find like a bootleg and watch it while I'm playing video games.
Yeah. I mean, so it's an interesting situation, right? So obviously, Cincy controls their destiny. Coastal needs them to lose. Coastal needs to win. I think there's only 2 bowl games that haven't selected for Sunbelt. It's Cure and Camellia. And there's 2 teams left that aren't slotted, Louisiana and Coastal. So one gets, I'm assuming whoever wins goes to the Cure Bowl.
The Cure Bowl has not been the sexy bowl for the Sun Belt though, which is weird because it's the destination. It's probably the better stadium. Yeah, it's awesome. Like I don't know why people don't respect it more.
The question is
because we were in it twice. That's why.
Yeah, fair.
If Coastal wins and Cincinnati wins, that's the big question.
That's where they go.
Right, but if Cincinnati loses, then Coastal gets that New Year's 6 opportunity there.
We would get money from it, right? Doesn't this
I believe so.
Trickle down to us somehow?
I believe we would get a piece of that. Yeah.
Could we get a baseball stadium and some flags with it?
I don't think we get that much money.
Should we? Oh, wait. Should we actually put whatever that bowl is up on our stadium?
No, we'll put it on our baseball stadium. It's like, this is where the fun came from for this. Yeah. All right. We're 45 minutes in. Let's get to the basketball. We have 3 games coming up. I got a couple more football things I want to talk about. I'll just move that to last call.
Cool.
Basketball. We have 3 games coming up. Obviously, the biggest of which is the actual first one that is on tomorrow night. Mercer, a rematch against a team that kind of embarrassed us after our win against Tech, who they also ended up beating as well. Mercer is ranked 7th in the mid-major. We're ranked 10th in the mid-major. So this is a top 10 meeting in the mid-majors here in the sports arena. That's pretty awesome, I guess, right?
Come on, what is that? The top 10 of the of the 80 through 160? Like, what does that mean? Like, what?
That's about right.
No, I get what you're saying, but I feel like basketball is a different beast. You can't compare that to like how we handle college football. Mid-major is a thing. It's a legit.
Mid-major is dumb. Come on, man. That term is not cool.
I don't know. It doesn't bother me as much as like trying to separate G5 from P5.
It's a way to qualify it. Like, I think we should be beating Duke. Like, I just think we should be beating Duke and Kentucky and everyone that's good. Like, we should just beat them anyway. And we shouldn't we're good for our size.
Well, there are mid-major teams that do that.
I know. And they are actually ranked.
Yeah.
Not mid-major ranked. They're actually ranked.
Yeah, you get a Gonzaga that'll be a top 10 team.
Right.
We'll have like all the first place votes in the mid-major poll and everything. Regardless. All right, fine. Ryan, you don't even care about basketball, so shut up.
I know, but I don't like it. That's one thing I don't like about basketball is this mid-major designation.
That's one thing, but there are so many things.
Also, it's not exciting, but
so, Mercer,
and everyone I had on my side just left. Like,
so Mercer is coming in 6-0. Outside of State and Tech and Southern, they've really not played anybody of any kind of prominence at this level that you can talk about whatsoever at all.
Yeah, but that Tech win started meaning more when Tech actually. Well, they beat Kentucky, right?
They did, yeah.
They beat number 20 Kentucky, and then it was like Kansas or Nebraska or somewhere else that they beat. That's the only games they played. They've played 4 games. They lost to 2 in-state teams, and they beat 2 out-of-state teams, including number 20 Kentucky. So that helps a little bit. Southern played Mercer last night, 2 nights ago, Sunday night.
Sunday
night. And Southern was kind of holding it to them, and I think it was a buzzer beater or at least a last-second kind of shot that Mercer ended up pulling out a 2-point win. What was it? That put the points down?
77-75. I mean, Mercer had to come back and basically win. They were down at the half, and they had to chip away at the lead until they could take the final shot to win the game by 2. So
yeah. So somebody posted that was a definite trap game for us against Mercer. Do you think it was a trap game, Tim? When we lost to them?
No, they're good.
They're a good team. They're a good team. I agree. I agree.
Good.
I think they're a good team, and maybe not a trap, but definitely a looking past a little bit. Just like okay, we got this. We're the better team. But
I haven't looked at the starting rotation or if there's anyone out due to injury aside from the knowns from the start of the season. But I'm hoping we get some of the players back that were out due to injuries from the Tech game.
I haven't seen anything about any changes there whatsoever at all. But that's gonna be a big game. I'm gonna be at the sports arena tomorrow watching that one. Try to get to the G deck ahead of time to toss a few beer down before getting inside there. Hopefully we get a decent crowd out for that game. But, I guess kids are off campus now. Finals are over. So
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have
We're preparing for the big battle on Friday.
Yeah, against Carver Bible, right? So I did look up a little bit about Carver.
Did you?
They're 0-9.
Okay.
They're 0-9, and that includes an 87-40 loss against Kennesaw State.
And they're pretty terrible, right?
But an 105-23 loss against App State, which is just a brutal beatdown. And
So is it like a high minor or like a mid minor? Like where would you put them?
I would put them at a low.
Low
I would put
minor?
them at I would put them at Google. Doesn't even give them a logo or a schedule.
Yeah, that's rough. Are they in Georgia? Carver?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think they're actually in Atlanta. They played Georgia Southern tonight and lost 92-27.
Good God. Holy crap.
So this Friday game, if they score 30 points, just call the season over for us.
We're done. Yeah.
We're done. We're
Dunzo.
Yeah. 5 teams this season have put up over 100 points against them. And the most they've scored is 59. So Friday,
that was a hot night right there for them.
And it's a 2 p.m. game on a Friday afternoon before Christmas. So
you're going to be there, right?
Yeah, I actually took the day off work. I'm going to go to the game. Yeah. And then we have one more game before we talk next week, and that's against Charleston in the Colonial Athletic Association.
Payback game, right?
What's that?
Payback game for last year. We lost to them last year, I think.
Oh, did we lose that game? Well,
in December. Yeah.
They're 2-3. They put up 60 points against UNC, but with one exception, they're giving up over an average of over 80 points a game. So this Mercer game is a big important one, and we should knock out the other two without much of a problem at all. So yeah, that's it.
All right,
that's all I got from basketball.
Sweet.
So, other sports, women's basketball is doing really well. They had they lost the same day that we played Tech. They lost to Tech, a pretty brutal game, but they've gone on a 3-game win streak since then. And so women's basketball doing well. Congrats to Gene Hill and the ladies playing the games.
Free beers for Ryan.
I was actually Googling it right now so that I could remember. I was like trying to do it really fast.
Who is it? I want to get quizzed.
I was like, he's gonna ask.
So they've got so they beat Tennessee State and Furman and Life University, whatever that is. I know where it is.
They do really? Life University has a basketball program?
Yes.
Not very good. Not very good one, at least. They do
free adjustments at half.
Yeah, that baffles me, man. That's a weird school. All right.
I thought that at some point that Southern Tech had absorbed Life University. Those universities back up. They touch each other. Like
Southern Poly?
Yeah.
AKA Kennesaw now?
Now Kennesaw. But I thought before Kennesaw had absorbed Southern Poly.
I don't think Life University, and I might piss people off with this, is the type of school that any major university that takes themselves seriously would.
Do you remember George Washington doing those commercials for them back in the late 90s, early 2000s? Like the Life University spokesman, I think he was the president or something like that. He still had it was his natural hair, but it might as well have been a George Washington wig that he had. It was very, very white and very, very curled at the bottom and stuff. He was in all the TV commercials. It was like the Shane Company of TV commercials in Atlanta.
No, I don't remember that. I'm too young.
The Bargain Barn or something? Wasn't that something up there? Was there a commercial about that?
I don't know.
I just remember I moved to Atlanta in 2000. There were some weird commercials on TV.
Fair.
He probably was on there back then. I'm not sure exactly. Anyhow. So the ladies do have UGA. They're at UGA on Thursday. So
all right.
Hopefully knock them out there. Be good. There's I guess there's a GSU Holiday Classic coming up that they'll be playing in against Western Carolina, Chattanooga, and Southern, but they don't have us playing Southern.
Good.
In the whole thing. So whatever. But
why would we invite them anyway? What the hell's wrong with us?
But it's a GSU Holiday Classic, so get the 2 GSUs in, right?
Right, but we didn't invite them, right? So we're doing okay.
Ryan, who's your sponsor?
Wolfman and Donna. That's right, John Weaver.
That was it. Thanks, John. I got it wrong. But hey, he knew exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah. All right. I've got a couple of things I want to talk about. Keith Gill, the commissioner of the Sun Belt Conference, in last call.
I was going to bring that up in this one, but yeah.
Let's do it last call. I got to pee.
Sounds good. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks you guys for being here, commenting, asking questions. It's all great. We'll talk to you next week after these 3 basketball games, and we'll have somebody from Western Kentucky on to talk about the bowl game coming up here after Christmas. So yeah, thanks again, everybody. Appreciate you listening to us.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.